Earth signs, this looks like a time when you are going to be rewarded for your abilities and talents. The crack shot card was the first one out. Annie Oakley, get your gun. So this is competence, superiority, precise, expert, sharp, witty. It's sort of somebody who's really honed their natural talents to a very high degree. And there is change afoot. There's like transformation into the new sector of your life. A new portion of your life is beginning because you have refined your skills and talents, or even just your inner landscape, your kind of spiritual connectedness, or your sense of emotional coherence internally. Whatever you have mastered, this is the time of rebirth, and it is leading pretty soon to smooth sailing. This is the card of affluence, luxury, ease, travel, expansion, new horizons, and it all happening really quite effortlessly, just sort of gliding along quite quickly into your glorious future. It's like you've paid your dues. And the overall energy is this immense satisfaction with yourself, your own personal development that you've put a lot into, whether it's career or spiritual, internal, whatever it is, emotional. You now have all of this kind of satisfaction, all these gifts. You've incorporated them into your aura like a rainbow, and they are in you now. This is innate, and your happiness is kind of complete as a single entity, as one person. This is the wish come true card as well. So you're feeling very happy, sitting pretty, and there may be also this sense of something happening that just makes you ecstatic. So let's find out what the universe wants to tell you about this. Well, you may have gone through quite a dark time lately. The sun might have been a bit behind the clouds. So there was an absence of joy, an absence of childlike glee. You might have had quite a few burdens to carry, and it's just been a bit of a slog in the past. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now that says to me, you may in the past have been plagued by a lot of worries about this, but those days are gone. You may also, the Magician came out in reverse. You may have been subject to quite a manipulative energy. Someone who was kind of pulling your strings in a way. But as I say, because the Nine of Swords, which is tossing and turning at night, worrying about your situation or your life or something, that has ended. And that is sort of the end of this quite negative cycle that you've removed yourself from, either negativity, sort of cloudy weather, and perhaps a manipulative person or someone that made you feel immobilized, that you couldn't use, or maybe life just immobilized you. You couldn't use all your skills and talents to get where you wanted to go. Nothing seemed to come together. But that holding pattern seems to have done you the world of good because it's galvanized you in some way, or it's put you through your paces so that you are now the crack shot. You may have felt like you were getting nowhere in the past. And this is the King of Cups energy, is water sign masculine energy. So that could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, embodied in a person that is close to you or incoming. Or this is you feeling very emotionally secure now. It is kind of like an echo of this card of just like, I am so sure of myself and my place in my own life. I'm loving myself, I'm loving my life, and I'm now in a great position where I feel stable, secure, and steady to give and receive love. In fact, to actively go out and find it or actively give it to others. So these are a couple of beautiful cards that just show how far you have come, especially after the sun being in reverse and everything kind of being cloudy. This is this big transformation that was indicated here at the beginning. And the next step really is this beautiful, free-flowing, successful, abundant energy. So there is a really big opportunity incoming. And with this woodpecker, you know, they're knocking on a door and they're opening it to an opportunity, but behind that opportunity is a bigger opportunity, and behind that is a bigger opportunity still. So it is a cascade energy. You're about to open that first door that is going to take you on this fantastic journey to ease, Now you will feel this within, this hidden knowledge. You will have this urging, so it's not going to be something that you miss. You've got a silent understanding there of what you need to do and where you're going. And with this card here, surrender to the divine. This is saying don't try to push stuff uphill. Allow yourself to be guided. Listen to your intuition here with this hidden knowledge that is within you. Allow yourself to be guided. Tune into your instincts. Because this says to me, instead of going upwind, facing into the wind like a yacht where it's going to be a slog and you're going to have to tack back and forth and work really hard, go where the universe is trying to propel you. With the wind behind you, then you've got nice easy sails, sheets there, and the wind is smoothly propelling you gently forward. So you don't have to battle the elements. So surrender to the direction that the universe wants to take you in. Have some trust here that when this opportunity comes knocking, say yes to it and go on this journey. It will be easier than you might think, and you will have all the instincts you need to guide you in the right direction here. It's like the universe is conspiring to move you in a better direction, away from the manipulation and away from the sun being behind the clouds in your life. This rebirth may be a little bit painful, or there might be, a bit of an ordeal there. But it is definitely worth it because the universe wants to come in and redirect you in a much more beneficial way. This is the second time this card has come out. Energies to lean away from is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So anywhere where you are unhappy, anywhere where you are being mistreated, you're stuck in a relationship that is misaligned, you are being asked to move away from that. So the keywords, some of them are family trouble, disconnection, misaligned values, broken or struggling relationship, unhappy home. They are all elements to leave behind. And instead you're being urged to move towards Queen of Pentacles energy. Now that is you, because this is earth sign energy. And so this is being so secure in your own self, sitting on your own throne, having a life of abundance and ease and material security, including finances. That's what's ahead for you if you lean in to this process and go with this. So the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, practical, generous, sensible, luxurious, caring, a homebody with good business sense. So that is the kind of energy that is waiting for you to claim if you can move yourself in this direction. And look at this meaty card. Mars is the sign, it is the planet of war, but it is energy. It gives us our get up and go. Now, in the 8th house, the Scorpio house of other people's money and relationship resources, also the depths of your psyche. Mars can cause marital breakups, like splitting your assets. It can, as the keyword says, instigate a desire for revenge against someone who has wronged you, which I don't recommend, obviously. But you may have to really defend what is yours or go after what is yours with the Mars there, taking action. Or this might be really stirring up your psyche. You might have to really calm yourself here and be prepared to let things go. Be prepared to be a phoenix and to rise again, to have your life burnt down to the ground so that you can bloom afresh. Let's see why the Revenge card came out here. And it's not just a revenge card, it is, discord in shared resources is the best way to put it. Other people's money, lump sums, death, taxes, the mysteries of life, the mysteries of your own mind. I'm guided to use this deck to see what this is about. Yeah, it feels like you are breaking away from a manipulative energy or entanglement of some sort. Now, this could be you, but this could be the other person if there is another person in the mix. So take these energies in and see how they relate to your situation. Somebody has a dark side. Now that could be you. You could have come face to face with your own mental disturbances, your own emotional disturbances here. You know, other people are mirrors and they stir you up. And they're meant to shine a light on where in your soul or your psyche you are holding areas of lack or pain or insecurity. There's nothing like other people to bring that out. So that's not necessarily on them. That is helping you see where you are triggered so that you can do the work to understand why. The witch. Now, that's a bit of a harsh term, but this could be somebody emotionally manipulating you. That's the Magician card in reverse. You might have felt like quite constrained by somebody with them calling the shots even. You might have felt a bit under somebody's spell, or in a job situation, you're kind of trapped in a situation, maybe with a charismatic kind of boss or workmate that you didn't quite have the freedom to act in the way you wanted to act. But there is the game over energy. So whether this is your internal battle with yourself, there is the sense of that's over now, or I've vanquished that. And it might be that somebody has regret for the way they treated you, or you have a bit of regret here for this time that you were at somebody else's mercy in a way. Gosh, this took a very dark turn, but look, anything that implicates the Scorpionic 8th house is a deep, primordial kind of like, this is like getting a knife to the deepest part of your guts. So if you can, try not to blame outside circumstances for this. Try not to blame the other person. You were involved in this, or if this is you and your own psyche, give thanks that you've got your eyes open to whatever the situation is, and that you can look internally to see how you danced this dance with them, because it takes two to tango, as they say, so that you can work on fixing yourself. Don't worry about revenge on another person. It's not about them at all. This is about how can you show up better for yourself in the future. Okay, I'm going to leave this part of the reading there. This week's topic for all signs is self-understanding, self-knowledge. And it seems to be about some agitation or energy, maybe even disputes with 9th house energy. That's Sagittarian energy. That is international travel. It is your philosophies on life. And Sagittarius can be a bit of a preacher, like really putting forth their beliefs as the one truth. That's why it relates to religion, the only truth, without really being curious about other people's points of view. They believe they have all the answers and they're going to broadcast them. So that might be the flavor of something that is causing you a bit of an issue in your life. But it is also a bit of a door to your self-understanding. If something is pushing your buttons, that is your cue to go, why is this getting to me? And what does it mean for me? And are my boundaries lacking? Do I need to make some changes in my life? Or do I need to accept that other people are other people and they're allowed their own beliefs, tolerance, that sort of thing? So one of the cards that came out was committed love. So if this is not romance for you, then it's a commitment of some sort. So it doesn't have to be love. But there's something here where something seems unfair and the other person may not be acting with the utmost integrity or from their best self. They might be not very well. They might be in pain. They might not be there, what you know them to be on a good day. So there is some sort of issue that you may be grappling with that is going to lead to self-understanding. So let's just have a look here. Deck's upside down. Let's have a look here and just see what the universe wants you to know in terms of your self-understanding in dealing with this conflict. Now, it could be global conflict that you're worrying about. So on a grand global scale, you could be worried about the future, the global unrest. So what does the universe want you to know? Well, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. is the card of thinking you are not making progress. But actually you are. Things might come to a bit of a head a lot more quickly than you expect. This might be to do with your livelihood and your job, or just your sense of personal security. So things should start to pick up for you. You should be in a time of peaceful repair about something that's going on here, and there could be a fresh start looming that is going to have you feeling emotionally rejuvenated. And the Queen of Pentacles came out in reverse. I'm getting to take it in the upright. So this is somebody who's very secure, who is, you know, sitting pretty, as it were. So there might be all these fears about the fact that you're not making any progress that's visible or tangible, or you're feeling insecure, but there is big security coming in for you. So let's look at what that is about, because part of it seems to be detachment from worries. Isolating yourself from some situation that's causing you grief or trouble or annoyance, taking a break, and just getting some peace. That seems to be either something that you could seek out, or it might just happen naturally for you. But there seems to be a little run here of taking a breather, taking some distance. This could be meditating. It could be just finding your center, tuning out all the static from the world or from a particular turmoil that is bothering you. And that is going to lead to this emotional rejuvenation, and that is going to lead to your security. I want to grab a couple more cards here. Yeah, I'm hearing, what can you do to bring more peace to your situation? Just tuning in, trusting your inner self. If you are worried about something, it really won't come to anything. So this is really about dispelling your fears. Positive thinking, as trite as that sounds, it can help. In fact, one of my tricks is to imagine the situation resolving and being resolved, and the issue is gone. And if you can hold that vibration, things shift in other people, in other circumstances. And at the very least, you'll feel better, let's face it. Now, it's a time to give rather than receive. So maybe if there is a way you can focus on being of service to others, that is a good move here. When you're caught up in your own self, that's when problems seem to magnify. Remembering this is about self-understanding. So if you can find a way to detach from your own concerns and broaden out with empathy to people less fortunate than you, or seeing other people's points of view and holding space for them, which is to say, not trying to argue with them, listening and hearing and kind of understanding. Most people are motivated by what they see as logic. And here we are, the finishing card. This is your key to self-understanding right now, is to tame your bolshy instincts, to kick out, to run, to do things, to fight. It is taming your fears, the ones that tell you you're under threat. It's sort of an inner game here. So this is self-understanding. Anything you can do to rein in your fears and calm yourself down is the way. Calming yourself down is the way to a fresh emotional start that is going to lead, whether you're masculine or feminine, to this sense of security and satisfaction and financial abundance. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. If you'd like your own personal reading, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.